consider hitting the subscribe button down below, as well as the bell notification right next to it. Thank you.
We have our sensei of MMO games, Sir Jaziel.
Oh, bro.
Hello.
You use the word sensei, not on the Asian guy?
No, you're senpai.
Oh,
Senpai.
that's a great comeback there, I will admit. I shall accept.
YouTuber at Coffee and RPG, Solomon SK.
I shall accept senpai as my... Never mind. I will go there.
Let me add that to the notes. It's not there. Let's see. Senpai. Okay. So, and then there's me, Kennethan. Each week we quest with you with our top MMO news and picks and opinions. We're going. We had Silver Tiger for Life. Is that Romans 10v9?
Silver Tiger?
What's he referring to? The confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord and Savior, raise him dead, and he'll be saved. Okay.
Silver Tiger.
I'm not sure where. Not sure
By
where
the way,
Romans 10:9 came from. But anyways,
our
right.
video feeds are not.
Hmm?
It's bothering my OCD.
All right, here we go. We're gonna hit my button because it all comes out of post. Okay, so there we go. All right, it is time for our daily quest. You're gonna have us, our daily game masters, giving you the latest and greatest of news. Some of it may be a week or so later because this is planned to be showed on July 19th. But today is not July 19th. Discord buys an AI. Now, if you've been watching me on Hear Me Out, we talk about AI all the time. It's going to take over. They're listening in. Anyways, they bought a harassment detection AI startup called Centropy. And their founders say they're joining Discord to continue fighting against hate and abuse on the internet. Good for them. Until they ban us, then we're okay.
No, they'll
Swords
ban
of-
you two. They won't ban me, though. You get it? Do you get it?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead, Dad.
Swords of Legends Online touted over 200,000 units sold. I'm not playing it. Champions Online, for those who hit max level, which if you ever played the game, which I have played since, for like 8 years now, not really liking it, but I love it. For my friend, not Fred, you get a chance at a variety of cosmetic awards for Defender in a limited time event that ended July 29th, 2 days from now. Hey, I at least gave you 2 days advance warning to do that, okay? Ashes of Creation kicked off their Alpha 1! And no NDA for streamers. Then again, if you didn't buy or Kickstarter high enough, I did not Kickstart high enough, so I don't have the alpha. But yeah, there it is. But when will the game actually be released is my question. Sea of Titans, a game that Kickstarted a long time ago. Guess what? Apparently it has good sound and music design. But when is the freaking game coming out? Supposed to come out in 2013, okay? Never mind, All right. Now, this is interesting. So, a game I did not Kickstarter, Pathfinder Online, will sunset in November. Wait, what?
Already?
It Kickstarted in 2012, and wow, it is sunsetting. All right, never mind. New World closed beta is going on right now to August 2nd. We'll talk more in a minute, but guess what? They had over 200,000 concurrent players. Remember last week, talked about was the WoW killer? Was it Final Fantasy 14? I don't think 200,000 is quite there yet, but who knows? Maybe we have a winner in the house, but we'll talk more later, okay?
No, we don't.
And for those who, not quite RPGers, but those who are PAX Westers like me, I only bought the Friday ticket. They finally will allow me to use my vaccination card to prove that I'm okay to come in. Otherwise, he'd be scanning my forehead or giving them, it's just whatever, okay? There it is. That's my daily quest for you. Now we're going to pass it off to Jaziel for his daily quest.
All right, so we've got the usual three things here. Starting off with ArenaNet's Guild Wars 2. We finally got some solid, more than just a sneak peek of the expansion coming out. End of Dragons is officially launching February 2022. It's pretty good news for people that are actually still playing it. Maybe those like myself who may want to return and see what it's all about. Today, they had that's July 27th for those of you watching the VOD or the YouTube. At noon on the Guild Wars 2 Twitch channel, they did have it was about an hour long, I believe, or just a little bit longer. A little much anticipated news regarding this expansion, little sneak peeks at some awesome stuff that's going to be in Cantha, which is the new area, and also including a brand new game trailer that was the only thing I've seen thus far, because while this was going on, I was getting my COVID shot. So I wasn't able to see the all the rest of the news. I'm going to catch up on that tonight. But I can say the trailer looks cool, and the little snippets of news, the little things that people that did watch it mentioned, it sounds pretty cool. I'm really happy to see Guild Wars 2 is alive and kicking, putting out new content, including a new Rild story that's going to be going along with this. Those are always fun to play through, or they were for me anyway. So like I said, gosh, I don't even know how many times I've said it, but it's been a lot. I'm so happy to hear this, because Guild Wars 2 was a great game. I think it still is. And it was really heartbreaking when they were going to go into maintenance mode, but now, man, they came back with a vengeance, and hopefully they can get some of us older players that used to play it back, and get some people to enjoy this content that they're putting out for us. The second thing is that Final Fantasy XIV's The Encyclopedia Erosia, the lore books, volumes 1 and 2, they are going to be printing more. Well, they're saying they're being reprinted, but same thing. Because, those went out of stock long ago, and they're going to be making more. They are hardback, and they look gorgeous. There's all kinds of art and cool stuff in there. They are lore books. So if you want to know more about Final Fantasy XIV's lore and what all took place before, during, and is happening right now, coming up, then you might want to pick those up. You can get those at the Square Enix shop. And I was not aware till Kenneth just said that he saw that there were some for pre-order on Amazon. Was that correct? Yeah. Or okay?
Well, they're on pre-order for Enix too. Either way, they're coming out April 12th, 2022.
Right.
Whether it's on Amazon or Square Enix, it's $49.99. The difference with Amazon is there's no shipping cost. There is shipping costs with Square Enix.
Yeah, I'll probably go Amazon, honestly, unless Square Enix gives me a big rebate.
They only had Volume 1, and Volume 2 is currently not available, so I put myself on the list. So we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, we'll see. I plan on getting them. As you all know, I'm a sucker for what we used to call coffee table books and art books, so I'll be getting them.
Coffee, you say?
Coffee.
Like coffee and RPG. Oh,
yeah.
RPGs. What is that?
What is that? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So
like I told the guys earlier, okay, because since Lurker is not here,
okay,
I was like, hey, what a great birthday gift or Christmas gift or whatever. But April, his birthday's not just September, right? But hey, I'll get it next year, and I can give it to him as a gift.
Or just keep it for yourself.
Well,
the hard part is there's several months between there, and trying to make sure he doesn't get a copy before you give him the one that you want.
See, if he has a copy, I win. I'll keep it myself.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Okay.
Win-win situation.
Yeah, that works then.
Or just keep it regardless.
I'm not that kind of father.
Yes, you are, Dad.
I bought it for my son, and I'm gonna keep it myself.
What about your other son? What about this son?
I will say, speaking about that, the last 2 years, my father's favorite ice cream flavor has been Ben & Jerry's Cherry Garcia. The last 2 years, he's forgotten to grab it out of my freezer when he went home after his birthday, after we had his little birthday bash here. And both years I ate it because he left it in my fridge for a week. So Ben & Jerry's isn't going to sit in my freezer for a week. Come on.
I would like you to have it. Okay?
Hashtag YOLO moment.
He probably didn't forget it. He did it on purpose.
He probably did, because it is one of my favorite flavors too. So third, this is you're going to get a chuckle out of this. And this is one that I put money into and backed up long ago, and is another one that we've talked about. Is it ever coming out?
Chronicles of Illyria. Yep.
Well,
knew
yeah,
it.
There's that too.
At least you didn't mention the other one. Okay, yeah.
Oh, Star
Begins with bar or something. That right with bar.
That's gonna be the greatest game ever made.
Benzian. No. Yeah.
So, for all of us broke people, you'll be happy to hear right now that if you've been at all interested, all these times I've been mentioning Pantheon, if you want to get on the playtest this weekend, starting on the 31st, they have a
free?
30. No.
Next. Let's
no.
moving on.
Not free.
If you want to get in on the 31-hour playtest this weekend,
31 hours. Okay.
that's it, 31 hours. VIP backers, who, by the way, my $100 was a VIP backer, but apparently, no. The minimum, the cutoff starts at $1,000 backers up to the $10,000.
Wow.
1,000 yen?
USD.
1,000 rubles? I mean, what?
No.
Dang, that
my
is.
For our Canadian friends, was that $80? Yeah. Sorry.
I was like, oh, VIP, I get to finally play. Oh, wait, no, that's got to be a mistake, because
It
100
feels like a
also
mistake.
VIP. Nope, it's at the $1,000 is where it starts, all the way up to the $10,000. Yes, there is a $10,000 pre-order, by the way. Supporter package, I should say. Sorry, it's not pre-order. So if you paid $1,000 or more, you have fun. Report back to me. Let me know how it is, because apparently $100 isn't enough.
What
but
baffles
that's all I
me
have
is like who honestly is gonna be like, man, I really gotta get in on this 31-hour playtest. Let me fork over $1,000. I just
It's got to be one of these YouTubers like Mr. Beast or someone that just has money to flush down the toilet. I mean,
is interested in the game. Like, cause let's be frank, like I don't think that game. I mean, it has some hype, but it's just not. You know what I mean?
Think about it. Elon Musk plays games, so that'd be attracting, or I don't know, other.
Yeah, I
big
don't
fishes,
think they'll make
or
him pay
whales.
$1,000. I think they'll give him the key. Be like, hey, we want free play. Anyways.
Oh my goodness, you're right.
flies to space, Elon.
Yeah, right.
So,
Anyways,
you should tell the look. I VIP'd $100. I have a YouTube channel, a Twitch channel, a show. We could just give you so much publicity if you just give me a key
wish.
for this.
to all of our 3.5 fans, yes, I agree.
I'm with you. I think there was more hype about 5 or 6 years ago for it,
Fair enough.
but it's really died. It's really died. And I again, this is going to sound real cynical, but you all know me. That's me, cynical Josiel. There's going to be like 8 people on their server, and they're going to do what?
Well, you said July 31st, right? That's in the middle of New World closed beta. I'm like,
yes.
okay.
Yeah, it's this weekend. I don't know. And they claim that there were a lot of people that gave over $1,000. I don't know who that is.
Define a lot.
But again, any of you who see the YouTube of this or the VOD, or you're watching right now and you did pay that much, please let us know. Let one of us know how it was. Because I'm not putting that much money in a game that's not coming out. So that's all I got for this week, guys.
Thank you to Jazeel for their daily quest. Now we're going to head off to Solomon, our resident YouTuber, and who wants to be called Senpai.
That means something completely different, dude.
This is where I get my kids who just cringe at me. It's like, Dad,
oh my!
All these years, you still can't pronounce the word right.
I'm Senpai.
You do not want to mispronounce Asian words like that.
Anyway, Solomon, give us your daily quest.
Oh, sorry. Oh, that's too good to pass up. Anyways.
Hold on, I gotta look up what that means now.
Oh. Me too.
I know people are gonna take that out of context and be like, Solomon promotes. Anyways. Elder Scrolls Online is coming out with a new expansion. I totally forgot what it was called though. But they're slowly
What?
starting to introduce characters.
Which game is this? Sorry, I missed that one. I was looking up.
Elder
something.
Scrolls
Sorry.
Online.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they have something in the works right now. I completely forgot what it was called. Hang on, let me take out my other notes here. 1 second.
Sure, it's not Moo, because that's what's in your notes.
Oh yeah, that I mean,
Elder Scrolls Online's new expansion is called Moo.
Moo.
there we go. Let me pull this up.
Fake news. Sorry. No.
Waking Flame
Okay.
DLC. That's the
Waking
next...
Flame.
Yeah. Waking Flame
that's
DLC.
just- Yeah,
Sounds
that's
like
DLC.
Force Awakens, you know.
Anyways, they're slowly trickling down information with regards to the lore. If you guys are into that stuff, I'm pretty sure many of you guys heard the whole thing with the New World bricking high-end GPUs. Did you talk about that, Dad? I'm sorry.
Not yet.
Okay.
But we get to New World. We're talking about that because all the things are impressions of it. We can talk about that then.
Never mind. I'll leave
You can
that
mention if
there.
you want to.
No.
No, I mean,
No, I don't know too much about it. I just skimmed through it because like I don't have a high-end GPU, so it's like whatever.
apparently it seems to be mainly toward EVGA branded
That's what I read too.
video cards, not NVIDIA, not Raytheon. I mean, not
Right.
AMD stuff, but and they put a patch out and it's supposed to get better, right? But oh my word,
Right. That's what I
that's
read too.
amazing.
Not really MMO news, but I really want to mention this anyways. Google has like this little JRPG game that you could play on their web yeah, like what are they
Stadia?
called? No. What's that thing called where they keep changing the design of the Google logo at their search engine page?
Well, it's like a splash page, but it's the search page.
The search page, yeah, but they actually made it into a JRPG style to commemorate
Really?
the
Yeah.
Olympics going on. It's actually pretty fun. I actually played a little bit of it,
I
more of
played
it
it.
today. And anyways,
I
move
don't
on.
follow
Yeah,
Google anymore, you know?
It's with it's connected with the Olympics.
right. It has like Olympic
Oh, yeah,
themes and
beast.
stuff.
I played the Fox. It was cool.
I picked Team Yellow because it said Kappa, and Kappa's a Twitch.
Doodle Champion Island Games.
I think that was what's it called. Yeah.
Oh my word! Well, good thing I don't follow Google.
Let's
DuckDuckGo.
see.
I love DuckDuckGo.
So Starbase is hitting early access on July 29th.
Yeah.
And Starbase is a really interesting game. I'm very curious about how this one does. If you don't like dual universe, I highly recommend Starbase. It's basically again, this is like super simmered down description of the game. Is basically a Minecraft in space, but like more
Right.
detailed and a way more polished, I guess you could say, in terms of its graphical quality, in my opinion. So definitely want to check that out. Again, not really MMO news, but I'm gonna throw it in there anyways. Fallout 76 is adding customizable servers for their Fallout First subscribers, and so if you want to have a private server in Fallout 76, but also kind of cater more towards your sort of playstyle and what you can and cannot do in terms of the rules and what everything does, you're allowed to do that. Blade and Soul 2 is coming out in Korea this August, and I have mixed feelings about this because I really like Blade and Soul, but Blade and Soul 2 is a mobile platform only game.
Mobile.
But they are optimizing this game for the PC if you use their Purple software, or emulator rather than using other emulators, phone emulators or tablet emulators like BlueStacks, for example, which I do use. You can actually use Purple, and you can avoid the hiccups and stuff. So I don't know if you could really call this an MMORPG. I'll still call it an MMO for the time being, but I have my doubts with that one. Good girl.
Yeah, I know. Good girl. Yeah, good girl. Yeah, good boy. Yeah. Live on air. This is what you get for having me live on air. Okay, you know.
I'll
I'll
get
say
you one of
real
those
gamers
live
don't
on
play-
air signs.
Yeah, real gamers don't play mobile. There's
This
my
is true.
controversial
This is
take
true.
of the day.
Yep, this is true. 100%. I actually agree with you on this one, Dad.
Oh, I did.
One more
Sorry.
thing. Black Desert Online has been out for like almost 5 years, and their first raid,
5 years. BDO's been out.
and they finally released a dungeon in their game.
Well, 5 years. I've not missed much. Okay.
Hey,
I'm telling you, Dad, you're missing out with the milk simulator.
And a milk simulator and a
Left
fishing.
and
AFK
right.
fishing.
Left, right.
I see something
left,
else
right.
regarding Guild Wars 2 here.
What?
Yeah, I'm done. You could say.
For,
Are we going backwards in time now?
hold on, just real quick. I just noticed I was going through my Prime Gaming loot. So those of you who have Prime Gaming,
Oh, that's
if you
right.
look on there, there is a Guild Wars 2 booster pack with a mini pet available to you free
Ooh.
from July 27th to August 31st.
Yep.
Oh,
You
that's
just
a
need to
while.
go
Good
and
point.
claim it on there. So go claim it if you
Not
got
now.
Amazon Prime.
After the show's over.
Right after the show's over.
Show's over. Okay, not now. Okay.
But this is going on my YouTube, so
Well, okay.
So you
if
could
it's
do it
YouTube,
now.
YouTube.
Put
then you
us
could pause.
in your second monitor. Everybody has second monitors, right? Just put that in the second monitor.
I do.
All right, we're moving on. Okay,
The
here we go.
disappointment.
Okay.
Look. That's going in the thumbnail.
All right, I love how how Solomon talks over the transition screens there. Okay?
It's what I do.
What's nice is that he's on a separate track. I can cut him out, or I can keep him. Okay, so
You should keep it, Dad.
anyways, welcome to OnDMs and Co-op Trio Podcast. We are on our main story quest, so we're gonna give you our Trinity Bros MMO opinions, and this one is a doozy because we're MMO players, okay, and Blizzard is in deep doo-doo, okay. I mean, Riot Games already had, this is a California thing. Riot Games had a similar thing happen a couple of years ago. But this investigation has been going on for a couple of years. And you think that Blizzard didn't know about it, okay? Now, it's been pointed toward Blizzard. Yeah, it's Activision Blizzard. But it's mainly Blizzard because it's a California thing. I'm not sure where Activision's located at directly. But, and more every day, you hear more and more people coming out and saying, I told management this, I did this and this and this and all different things, right? About the toxic culture. There are thousands of employees who think about like not coming into work, or those who are virtual, not being online. You know, there are people who have ultimately uninstalled BlackIsle.net, and there are people who are just like moving on somewhere else. They're just fed up with it. But there are a lot of people there who are good people who have a job there, and they're gonna get caught in the web of all this. Not their fault, but then again, their management's fault. So I guess the question we talked about, will Blizzard survive? And are we going to delete Battle.net? And Diablo 3 Resurrected was supposed to come out this year in September. And makes you all wonder all this now. So Solomon, I'll go to you first, okay? I'm going to Jaziel in a minute because I know Jaziel has a lot more personal interest in Blizzard. So I'll go with you, Solomon, about this whole thing with Blizzard. What are your thoughts? Will it survive? Are you done with them?
What are your thoughts, Dad?
You know, I usually give my thoughts in between your guys' thoughts.
I
okay?
know. That's actually
Sorry,
a
do
really
things around here,
awesome.
you know.
Anyways, okay, fine, I'll go. I think goodness. Deep breaths. No, I think the whole ordeal is tragic. I think that. Well, let me sum it up. So let me sum it up in one thought. I think cancel culture is dumb, no matter which side of the aisle is. And so, in my perspective, there are certain thresholds that people will have. Right? Everybody's threshold is different. Everybody's standards are different. There are some things that if a company does something wrong in somebody's eyes, they'll never touch their product, and that's understandable. I'm not knocking that because again, you know, what somebody or a company, or actually even then a company and a person are two different things, so I would actually even place different standards on both of them. And if people want to call me hypocritical, that's a totally valid argument. But anyways, if we were to say cancel something or someone every time they saw something that they did wrong that they didn't like, then we'd all would have to be canceled, right? And so what Blizzard did, or accused of doing, let's just put it that way, pretty bad. And if they're found guilty to have done the things that they're being accused of, then yeah, they should definitely provide ways to compensate those employees, especially the females employees, because I think they're let's be fair. You know, I'm pretty sure there was a lot of male employees that were affected by this too. But so whichever whoever was affected by this should be compensated by the fullest extent of the law. That being said, would I stop playing Blizzard games? Only if they were to be arrogant enough to think that they've done nothing wrong, and if the proof showed otherwise. Again, key thing here is proof, right? So I'm not gonna jump on a outrage bandwagon and say, burn everything down because everybody else is saying let's burn everything down. Like, no, like you have to show me the evidence. I think the rational person, a free thinking rational person would say that. What are the evidences to suggest that Blizzard is doing what they're accused of? And then you weigh the evidence and say to yourself, well, is this enough to deter me to never ever play Blizzard again? And for some people, yeah, that's yes, and that's fine. That's completely fine. For others, it's not. For me, again, it just really depends on the compensation. It really depends on how what the steps that they do in order for that type of stuff doesn't ever happen again. And if they legitimately change their environment such that that they're really trying, then I could forgive them, because I know I would want to be forgiven too if I royally screwed up at that same standard. So again, I think too, more often than not, people are more prone to go either with 0 to 100. It's either extreme right or extreme left, and I don't even necessarily even mean that in a political context, although you could put it in a political context. I just mean just two sides of whatever discussion that you're having. There's and even then there is a logical fallacy where if you constantly pick the middle, that of in itself can be a fallacy too. I get it, but I think a lot of these times you're just gonna have to have compromise and be like, okay, well, if you never want to play ever World of Warcraft again because of this happened, like great for you. You have standards, and if you're gonna stick by those guns, so be it, right? But is this gonna deter me from playing, say, Diablo 3 when it finally comes out? No, probably not. Probably not, unless again they decided, we did nothing wrong when the evidence suggests otherwise. Then I'd be like, okay, maybe I shouldn't give them my money then. So yeah, I think this is just speaks more volumes to the whole cancel culture that we have, unfortunately. But from what I can tell so far, and again, this is this is subject to change as we get more evidence. So far, it does seem like the work environment in Blizzard does strongly indicate that what these employees had to go through does seem to be true. And there seems to be lots of good testimony to support that accusation. Agreed. So but again, it could unless it goes to court or there's other substantial evidence that a lot of these employees are just full of it, maybe I don't know, it could go both ways. That opinions is subject to change, so I'll just leave it at that before I dig myself into a bigger hole.
We live in a society that you're innocent until proven guilty,
right?
Just because someone accuses you doesn't mean you're guilty.
Exactly.
It has to be evidence and backing up. You're right, more and more evidence coming out that looks like, and even today I saw an article off of Massive ELP where Bobby Kotick, who's the CEO of Activision Blizzard, basically said their initial response was tone deaf and a lack of empathy. So things are making changes there. Now, I happen to work for a company that makes airplanes, and of course, we had very much a serious problem a couple of years ago with some airplanes crashing. And what ended up happening was that the CEO of Boeing got axed. A head had to roll somewhere, okay? And so that was a visible sign that things were changing. And with all that also that's going on this past year, there's also been very much of a push to making sure that they are adhering to everything that they're supposed to be adhering to, court of the law, with regards to equal opportunity and employment. Okay, and so I think that if Blizzard may end up Activision Blizzard may end up having to see some heads roll. Okay, I mean maybe Bobby Kotick and maybe J. Allen Brack, and then putting new fresh blood in there might change something. But you're right. The biggest thing is that we have a lot of people there who are working there who are good, innocent people who never did anything wrong. I'm hoping never saw anything, okay? But so they could have spoken up. And they're going to get punished for this. And I don't want them to get punished for this. And the games are out there. They've been out there. The games aren't the same thing. I mean, we know that in history, when it comes to music, art, books, wherever it is, there are a lot of good art, music, books, whatever. And you look about the actual authors and the artists and the composers, they are the most awful, reprehensible people on the face of the planet. So we separate who they are from their works. Okay, so we want to maybe hopefully we can separate all the things that Blizzard did from the people who are running it. But yeah, it's not over yet, obviously. And I think you're right. I mean, I've not uninstalled Battle.net yet, but I'm playing WoW right now. I still want to play Diablo 2 Resurrected because they put out, that was done by a separate studio. Okay, a separate studio was working with Blizzard to do this. And so if we're not going to buy it, that studio gets hurt by it.
Right.
You know, the repercussions, the fallout that happens from it. So like, I'm almost inclined to think I would still buy Diablo 2 Resurrected.
But I
All
think
right, we're gonna go.
really quick, I think that was actually a really good point. Separating the art from the artist. Like, I wish I thought of that, Dad. Thank you for reinforcing.
The beard of knowledge.
Spirit of knowledge, indeed, for
All
sure.
right. Now we're gonna get to a reaction from Sergio. He been a WoW guy for many years. He's uninstalled it, installed it in the past, and reinstalled it. He's not playing it right now, I know, but he also has, I think he has people he knows in Blizzard. So we're gonna toss it to him and see what he thinks about all this thing. If Blizzard survive, are you gonna uninstall Battle.net? About Diablo 3?
Yeah, I have 3 friends that still work there and are devs for the company. I also have over 200 shares of stock in Activision Blizzard. So some people may say, well, that makes you biased. And I suppose that's a fair assessment. So take what I'm about to say, knowing that I'm being completely transparent with you.
Oh,
about
you're
that.
canceled. Next.
Yeah. I will say those 3 friends that worked there, they were that working for Blizzard was a dream job for them, as most people that go to work for Activision Blizzard. It was something they only dreamed about in their 30s, and they got into their or 20s, and when they got into their 30s and had the experience in with other companies, all independent in these cases, where they could go and say, hey, look, we worked on this game and this game and this game, and we're really well liked in that industry for those things. And Blizzard finally was like, okay, we'll give you a try, and hired them on. They got into Blizzard, and all 3 of them, you can just tell, when I talk to them, it feels very much like their hearts were broken, that it wasn't the dream job that they thought it was. In fact, 2 of them have in the past expressed this frat boy kind of like environment. And it's funny because those 2 are the males. The female I haven't heard that much from. Maybe because the department that she was in, it doesn't have as bad of a problem as theirs do. I don't know what's going on with that, but it was the 2 male friends they have that were like, man, I don't know, it kind of gets uncomfortable around here. Like, we're going to get sued one of these days, and here we are. Now, I am very much in the same place where, hey, let the courts and the lawyers and all the big guys do their job. Let's see if this stuff pans out, because anybody can say anything about anybody. Anybody can take anyone to court for any made up old reason, and we need to see what turns out to be the truth through evidence and through the courts and the judgment. And I have kind of an inside track. I'm not going to give any names because I don't want them getting in trouble and getting fired or anything. But it doesn't look good. The optics, as we talked about before, the optics look terrible. It looks really bad. And J. Allen Brack's response, this letter that he put out a few days back, was not satisfactory. And it was obvious. It was very obviously tone deaf is the perfect word for it. And there are things in there that I know for a fact are not true. But we'll let it go to court. We'll see what happens. And where I'm at with it right now is, no, I'll still play Blizzard games. kind of wary about throwing more money at them at this point. I still will get Diablo 2 Resurrected and play that. But man, this kind of stuff has got to stop. It should have stopped back in the 1980s. I don't know. I think I've mentioned it before about the documentary I watched on Netflix about Atari getting started and how that company was ran. Oh, they were literally doing drugs and alcohol and having interesting adult style parties. When they were supposed to be making video games and whatnot.
Hashtag YOLO, bro.
Yeah. Man, it's easy to get caught up in sin and in that kind of environment, and get caught up in it and lose yourself. And they need to take this moment and say, hey, how much of this is true? How much of it is just untrue? And if any of that is true at all, what we're hearing, it needs to stop. It just needs to stop. And as far as do heads need to roll, if someone knew that this was going on, especially the stuff that was in, I don't remember who wrote it, but Heels versus Babyface had it on his YouTube channel like 2 days ago, I think. He read through the letter and it was just disgusting, the stuff that's in this letter. I hope it's not true, but if it is, do heads need to roll if that's true, that managers and supervisors knew this stuff was going on and participated in it? Yeah, they need to be fired. They need to be fired. I'm not in the cancel culture either, but if you're allowing things, sexual harassment, and you're allowing people to come into work just smash drunk, that's nah, you don't do that. I mean, I get it. Is it as big of a deal if a video game guy comes in a little tipsy versus someone that works at Boeing? I mean, there's a difference there. One's a little more important than the other as far as needing to have your head on your shoulders.
I know video games are so much more important.
They are.
Okay.
But
It was a joke, Dad.
it was a joke.
Oh yeah, I know. I understand your point.
I don't want heads to roll because they're trying to virtue signal, or they're just trying to say, okay, well, if we fire a couple people, then everyone will stop hounding on us and we can just like sweep it under the rug and move on. We'll just put out some cool new video game and everyone will forget about it. No, I don't want you to do it because of that. I want you to do it because you darn screwed up. Speaking like my grandfather used to speak there.
Darn.
Excuse me, he's from Missouri, so they talk like that. They messed up. We need to make amends. Yeah, I'm with Solomon. If they need to give reparations out, or some of these people have left, and as a matter of fact, I don't know if we're allowed to say the word, but someone went to be with the angels before their time.
Yeah, they committed suicide. Yeah, I know.
Right.
That's pretty sad.
I didn't know if we're allowed to say that word on here or
It's
not.
gonna be related to the same thing, but that there was tie-in. There's
Yeah,
causation doesn't mean correlation, but there could have been.
It doesn't.
There'll be.
But if that's, man, that really breaks my heart, man. That's terrible that someone would be led to that.
So we know that the same California division, right, does these kind of things, did riot a couple years ago, and Riot had to make changes, so that's why it's like, I can't believe that Blizzard didn't have any warning this was happening, Mike Morgaine, who left Blizzard, wrote a note saying, this is not the Blizzard I know. It's like, yeah, the things happened while you were in charge, okay? And people started putting out, like, dude, I sent you emails, okay, pointing these things,
going
right?
on when Morheim was there. Yeah.
And so same with like other people like who have left Blizzard are like, no, you guys are high up. You didn't know about it. You just, like one of the guys, Jeff Kaplan, apparently he's the guy who wrote Overwatch. He left, but you haven't heard from him. And apparently he was pretty close to that guy, one of the guys who actually was named in the suit. Okay, and it's like, wait a minute. So, and again, I'm getting wrong. I mean, you hear stories all the time about wives who never knew their husbands were the serial killer, okay, or having an affair, okay. You know, and you're like, you sure? And yet there are times like, no, you saw it. You just kind of you decide to ignore it. Okay. I mean, there is both. It's on both sides. So that's why when I mentioned my heads rolling is the fact that becomes a very visible sign that you are dedicated to making a change. You know, that's why I'm thinking I don't know if Lavi Kotek or J. Allen Brack will survive this, because there has to be a reckoning that people will know you are making a change, because otherwise they're going to say no. Because people, I mean, MMR, Massively OP podcast, you know, with Justin and Bree, they were talking about, and Justin made a comment that he deleted it. But yeah, because until I see something visibly, tangibly changing from Blizzard, I'm done with them. I'm kind of paraphrasing him, okay? And if you happen to go watch the Co-op Trio podcast, they were talking about this thing too. So give a shout out to those guys. They have a recent podcast on this. I mentioned some things. So yeah, it is sad. Again, I mean, the fact that people are doing the work, people are literally innocent people in the company. I mean, I work for a company that I have been touched. We had about a decade ago or more, we had some executives screw up. And guess who had to live with it? We did. Now we sign a code of conduct every single freaking year to say that we're going to be honest, okay? I'm sorry. Every honest person who signs a code of conduct will still be honest. Every dishonest person who signs a code of conduct will still be dishonest. It doesn't change anything. But it became a visible thing that we had to do to make things better. So the government will go, oh yeah, okay, look, they made a change. You know, same with the fact that we had our CEO fired because of the whole 737 MAX. Someone needed to go. They needed to show a change, that we are dedicated to making a change. So,
a piece of paper, got it. Solves everything.
So obviously, wherever you're watching this on YouTube, on my channel, Solomon's channel, or on Twitch even now, give us your thoughts on this. Right? Will Blizzard survive this? I've not played World of Warcraft in a while, so I'm playing New World as well, Final Fantasy 14. So no skin off my nose. I was going to play Diablo 2, sorry. So that was the only thing that really was triggering me. Now, I know people, Activision side of things wasn't nearly called out by the lawsuit, but Activision does own Blizzard. And you can argue, yeah, Blizzard ran their own thing. Like, yeah, but... So Activision's going to get hit by this too, but then again, we'll see what happens. All right. New World. Beta. It's been out there for almost a week. One more week to go. Okay, so I thought we'd talk about some impressions. So I do have a question first for Solomon. You did pre-order the game, right?
Yep.
Did you get a code for the game?
Yep.
Have you played the game?
Nope.
Okay.
I know why you asked that, because you know what I was going to say.
Well, I don't know. I didn't know what you were doing. Maybe you were playing. I just didn't know it. That's all.
No, I'm lucky enough to actually be able to crank out YouTube videos with the schedule that I have, because I'm working 12, 16 shifts from day to day. Yeah. So like I try to cram as much as I can while I'm at work. But it's no. Yeah, well, hang on. I was gonna say it's not because I don't want to play, but it's actually because I don't want to play it. I'm gonna be completely transparent.
Well, I've heard some people say they started playing it and they stopped. Why? Because I'm gonna play the game when it comes out. I don't want to redo all these story quests again.
Oh, fair enough.
They put a pause, backing out, doing other things because they're gonna play the game when it comes out in August, and therefore why bother? And that's true. I've playing alpha, now playing beta. This is like my 4th or 5th time of restarting a character. They have made definite improvements in the early games. Don't get me wrong, okay?
Oh, have they?
It's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I mean, it's one of the key things I thought about was when I started playing the game was it always show you how to do your keys. You know, WAST. Oh, by the way, you can jump. I'm like, what? Jump? We literally, when we were on the first show with Jafar, we had some devs in the chat, right? There's no jumping. Okay, you'll notice what it is. It's more like a kind of like, you go up to something and you might climb up it. Okay, and no jumping. I'm like, and here I am in the beta going, I'm jumping. I'm like, Final Fantasy 14 when it first came out, which crashed and burned big time before Realm Reborn, were like devs saying, you don't need no jumping. We know better than you do. You players don't need no stinking jumping. Well, kind of like that. Maybe more in Japanese, okay? And then in a Crash and Burn, it came back with Realm Reborn, and this what was in there, jumping. So I'm like,
You know what's funny? Really quick, to kind of digress a little bit. Guild Wars 1 didn't have a jump.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
it was a command. You had to do /jump, and your character would jump in place.
oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's so
Okay.
weird. Like, relatively speaking, Guild Wars 1 was actually a really successful game, and it didn't have jump. And now looking back, I'm like, that's kind of baffling, actually. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead, Dad.
So, the Co-op Trio has a very good question, written in caps. You're sitting on a code?
What?
You know, Zazil was not. He had pre-ordered, and he did the content creator thing. Got no codes.
Yep.
And you're sitting on a code there.
What? Somebody need a beta key? You have mine.
Yeah. No, I'm just. It's
Well, I got one from
Is that-
Ken.
Oh, wait. You pre-ordered the game though.
I know
Yeah.
they didn't send me, and I'm in the creator program, and they did not send me any
Wow.
stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
well. Co-op says, "Say it to me
Okay.
if you want to. Up to you." So you don't. He's not allowed. You don't have
Bro.
to, Solomon. You know. So
Bro, I will go to your
Um,
stream right now.
So for me right now, so I've been doing the alpha, okay, and not playing as much as I should have because I can't stream it. You know, on the alpha they had all these watermarks, right? So you could never stream it. And beta on stream it is really cool, so it's kind of fun. I've been enjoying it. I mean, I wish I could actually do farming, really plant crops. Yeah, I finally found some squash. Ooh, squash and corn. Oh yeah, corn. You know, so I'm enjoying that type of stuff. I'm still only level 13, I think it was, not like higher level than that. You know, why is Kennethan's video not matching his audio? Uh-oh. Oh, anyways, I'll put that in post, okay? Anyways, so I mean, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the artwork. Okay, it's a very beautiful world. Okay, I've enjoyed the combat. I've been doing both a sword and board as well as a flame staff. But you can do everything too. You can do bow, you can do life staff, you can do axes and whatnot. It's kind of fun in that regards. It's been a great game so far. I've been enjoying it. I'm gonna after this show's over, I might play a little bit before I go to bed. You know, so but that's why I'm thinking New World is going to be the game. It's coming out August 31st. I plan on taking vacation days off those days when we start launching it and showing you all and try to do the biggest thing that Jazil and I have noticed, for those who are also on the West Coast, is the fact that, you know, they have East Coast server, West Coast server, not a middle coast server. Wait, that's not a word.
Well, they
A
got
middle of the country server.
they have
okay?
Brazil too.
Well, that's okay. Well, that's not middle of the country. But anyways,
I mean, if you
So-
head south a little bit and squint a little bit, you know, it's kind of do one of these.
so there are a lot of folks we know who are playing on the East. You know, whether it's Jafar or it's Shadeless or Tap Tap or Austin or a lot of people, okay, they're on an NA East server. The ping is high. And this is a PvP type of game. Yes, you can flag yourself PvE, okay, but if you really want to do the RVR, the faction versus faction stuff, you need to be more PvP. That's the ping's going to come in handy. So we're playing on the West Coast server because the West Coast server, we're West Coast, and so it's a lot lower. Me, Jazil, Slick, Got Fuzz, and some others are on the West Coast because the ping is better. So I'm hoping that they have more servers. Imagine this is Amazon, hey, on the West Coast. We thought, hey, West Coast server is probably the best server, right? Because they're West Coast company. But if they have a central, they better have a central. You know, that way then we can join in. Otherwise, I can see that the Hideout, the guild that we were thinking about having for this game, might be split between the East and West server, which might not be a bad idea, having two guilds, the same guild, but on two different servers, and maybe find a way to have two characters on each. I'm not sure, okay? Anyway, so Jazil, what have you been seeing so far? What are your impressions and thoughts on New World?
When I'm on the West Coast server anyway, it runs really well. And I'm very happy to see jumping. I have been having a lot more fun than I thought I was going to. And I found myself not having any problem when I am thinking about what game am I going to boot up this evening. I'm going to miss it that couple of weeks we don't have it. But
Really? You like it that much?
yeah, you know what? And I have not done any PvP. I haven't done the instances yet. And the only thing is what that's really bumming me out, and I'm hoping that they do add servers in Texas or Colorado or somewhere, somewhere in between, because it's just not going to be. Could we play on the East Coast? I did. I have been actually leveling 2 characters up. I got 2 level 20. Well, one's level 20, one's level 24, I think.
Oh, you're higher up than I am.
Yeah. And on the East Coast server, is the lag playing from over here in California is just it's between 2 to 3 times the ping that I get playing on the West Coast server. And I've noticed that even doing PvP or PvE stuff, like when I'm trying to dodge a wolf or something coming at me, or any kind of enemy, that it's almost always mistimed because of the lag. I have had disconnects and things that I don't get on the West Coast. And what bums me out about it is this is still a very PvP oriented game. I do want to do PvP, but all them other guys have decided they're going to go East Coast. If it's East Coast, West Coast, and that's all we have available to us, they're going to go East Coast, and that's just final. And then us over here on the West Coast, we're not going to be able to PvP. We're going to get wrecked. Because it's just the ping is way too high. The lag is way too high to be efficient in PvP. Now, could we go over there and just do PvE stuff to help them out, build, make armor, help with fortifications, and do all the behind the curtain stuff to support them? Sure, but if we want to experience the full extent of the game, we're going to need to be able to join the battles and stuff with them and defending our territories that we do win. And not being able to do that is just going to be like getting a cake without icing on it. Like, it's still good. It's still really yummy, but it's not as great as that cake over there that your buddy's got, that's got all the fixings on it. So as far as like game balance between weapons and whatnot, I think they've done an excellent job with that. I think they've done a pretty excellent job with being able to swap between weapons is a lot smoother now than it was in alpha, to be sure, because during alpha it was kind of clunky. The combat feels smoother. I still would like to see combat a little smoother than it is, because it still feels a little clunky. Not bad enough to put me off, but it's not as smooth as a lot of the other games that I've been playing. So I would like to see that, but it's there. It's got enough right now that I feel like it's worth the $40. And it's even better that there's no subscription. So I'm pretty excited for it. And it's funny because I keep finding these weapons that I'm like, oh, this is it. When it goes live, this is the weapon combo I'm going to use. And then I like go try something else and I go, wait a minute, no, this is way better. I've gone through like pretty much and tried every weapon combo in the game. And I have life staff and hatchet right now, but I'm even thinking about going back to rapier instead of hatchet. And yeah, so that's been fun too, like trying to figure out what works best for solo, what works best for when you're grouped up with people. I don't have any like I have little nitpicky things, but what I love about this is there isn't really anything huge that I'm like, oh yeah, this is great, but this thing over here, there's nothing like that. So we'll see. I'm not canceling my pre-order. I'm still getting it. I'm going to play the heck out of it. Oh man, the server thing, guys. I want to play with everybody. I want to be able to have everybody, the
Yeah,
whole
me
hideout
too.
on one
Yep.
server. And if that doesn't happen, oh man.
I know. I agree.
I think it's a different
Yeah.
discussion, but I think we should talk about next show how dumb and obsolete servers are. To be honest with you. Anyways.
Well,
especially Elder
don't
Scrolls
know.
Online. You're right. Elder Scrolls has one main server.
Right.
that's
I think
true.
I think
So
all
the idea-
MMOs should do that, to be
Yeah.
completely honest. Same thing with Black Desert Online. You have multiple servers, but you could swap between any one of them every 15 minutes.
It's true.
Mhm.
It's true.
Good point.
I don't know
But
why they
good.
can't do that. They're Amazon.
I
Right.
don't know where cake came.
I know! Amazon!
Apparently,
Anyways, sorry.
somewhere somebody made cake. You can make cake in the game, but why did cake all of a sudden pop up in the chat here? Okay.
Honestly,
Oh, 'cause I
and
mentioned
donuts. Yes, you know.
cake.
oh, did you? Yeah, I just kind of
Yeah.
got on the cake bandwagon and just started memeing cake.
Like Mr. Gaber. Wait, New World has
Cake.
cake. What about donuts? I heard there's going to be the best donuts in the New World.
Mm.
What Revelation? What 21:5? And he who sits on the throne said, "Behold, I am making all things new." And he said, "Right, for these words are faithful and true." Yes, very good point. See, all things are new. That has to include cake, right? Co-op is on
Yes.
the Tapana, and I haven't had any issue with the server. And I'm in. Wait. So that's the East Coast. That's the East Coast server that they're all on. But what's
Right.
the ping? What's your ping right now?
Maybe they use like no ping VPNs or something. I don't know.
It's Watson on here, right? What's your ping? Because
that's that one that MMO Byte uses, right?
Oh no, he used exit lag.
Or exit lag. That's
Yeah.
right. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, I made this time of the night too. I tried to get on the Tapana server one time, and it was like all full. But also, it was earlier in the day. It's only Watson. Okay, I'm not on at the moment. It's only Watson. I'm not on at the moment, but it's been good to be. Okay. Huh. Okay. Well, I mean,
The thing is, I've shown not to self-promote here.
Self-promote.
here.
Self-promote all you want.
Okay, I've shown it on my streams. I actually leave that on where well, it's supposed to be for the FPS, so I show the FPS, but I also show the ping from locally as well as what's between me and the server.
And where can we find your streams?
Serge Azil on Twitch.
There you go. There's the self-promotion, boys.
I've been doing that on there, and I've actively been going between Tapana and I just said it wrong. Whatever. You know what I
Topanga.
mean. The East Coast server, Topanga. Isn't that from
Boy Meets World.
Yeah. But not doing. No, we're gonna go into Topanga. Okay.
what? She was so cute.
No,
Anyway,
I knew it was gonna happen. Okay.
anyway,
I like Feeney,
So-
Mr. Feeney. He was cute.
I mean, he was cool. He was cool.
Azil,
Not gonna lie.
do you have cake in your channel? Apparently,
I do.
Mr. Gamer's asking. Oh.
Yes, I do.
That was the most cow thing you said, Dad. I know what you mean. I know you know what I mean by that.
Well, I always liked the actor because William Daniel was in 1776 playing John Adams. So.
That's true.
Yeah.
Did a great job in that too.
I have a
Fantastic.
question that Stretchy had about this. Don't certain
Okay.
weapons better against certain enemies, so it forces you to switch up weapons?
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
find that
because-
obviously I do range to do range, and once I get up close, I go into melee, so that helps.
Beyond that, you also have certain enemies that will take more damage using blunt instruments, using sharp instruments. All of it matters. So
Okay.
it does. It's a great idea to level up all of them, honestly, and you'll have time to do it probably, unless you're in a guild that's just PvP all the time. That's something I will be doing. I'm going to level up all of them.
Right.
That way you can just, switch up depending on where you're going. And that's going to be the best advice I can give, really, is to be well-rounded. But yeah, anyway, with with
Oh, I get it.
regards to the ping, there is definitely it's at the very least 2 times the ping.
I'm wondering if Watson is doing it from at a certain time at night when everybody at the East Coast has gone to bed, or maybe this whole stream
Maybe.
or whole internet has gotten better. Because I've noticed earlier in the day it seems to be not so great.
Well, like I said, the ping is at the very least it's 2 times the amount for West Coast, and
5
at
p.m.
at the
Okay.
at the most I've seen it 3 times
Okay.
as
Well,
much as I get over here. And then as far as getting into the server, it seems like around dinner time for us on the West Coast. For some reason, that's when you hit the queue. It hasn't been that bad the last couple of days, though, honestly, on East Coast.
Every time I hear somebody say West Coast or East Coast, West Side, East Side, I just like want to throw a gang signs now.
Well, I mean, Death Row Records, buddy. No, I'm just kidding.
well, Aleatory was saying the
Forever.
Trinity Cake Show has like an IRL baking stream that needs to happen. I don't know about that. Okay.
Ooh.
Mr. Gamer is like, how many times do you think they'll say the word ping?
Oh, you're getting spammed, Dad. I'm sad I don't
have
get
boring
spammed.
internet. Yeah.
My
And apparently
channel-
we're flexing.
My
Way to go to
channel
flex.
isn't
Yeah.
big enough to get spammed. Sad face.
I want to make
That's-
sure. So,
that's great.
I think that was all the things we had there. But I know earlier, I think we had a comment about the other game. The other thing we talked about, the Blizzard thing. Let's see, who was it? Gretchen was saying, if I owned a company, I would have hires sign. Wait, I would have to the hires sign a paper entitled Code of Misconduct. And if they don't want to work in an environment where people are free to say and do what they ever want to do, as long as it's not against the law, that would help weed out the snowflakes. Well, okay, not a good idea. You're gonna be
That one-
sued big time, Stretchy.
Yeah,
okay?
don't
that
make
one-
that company in California.
That's not gonna
I
happen. Okay.
hope you're not doing that in California, because that will
Let's
not
see,
fly.
Yoshi. I saw people complain about PvP scaling and then getting debunked. Pretty hilarious on Reddit. Okay. And then who else did I miss? Missionary Gamer.
I haven't had any problems.
Gamer is all about first off, what Trinity, and then cake. He's all about the cake. Cake, and he's on a keto diet. Okay, I don't know. You know,
Maybe I should
Anthony
brought
has
up
done
the cake
some
thing.
cooking stream. Oh yeah, I've done cooking streams. I make cookies, brownies and brownie cookies. No, I don't make donuts. Gotta make the donuts.
I don't
Gotta
have.
make the donuts.
I want to get an air fryer. Is what I want to do. Maybe I ought to
Ooh,
do
that'd be
that.
good.
Yeah.
Here's your air fryer, and then. Want to become famous? Hey, followers, private viewers. Yeah, okay, there you go. All right, thanks so much, guys. Anyways, if you're watching on this YouTube, after we cut out some of this stuff, okay, and let us know your opinions
leave it
also with regards to the whole New World. Love to hear what your thoughts are on it. Looks like Co-op is playing it too. Missionary Gamer is not playing it. They have a proximity chat there, Missionary Gamer.
It's true.
You can open
Most
your
people
voice
turn
up.
it off. But
You know, you're in a new world. Have you heard the good news of the new world? Yo, yeah. They just a short trip to donuts. Okay,
That sounds kind of
anyway.
heretical, Dad.
maybe I know. No. It's a joke. Okay,
I
God won't. I hope that God doesn't spite me for that. Okay. So, anyways, we have some World Quests coming up, and that includes New World on August 31st. I'm not sure what time it's going to be happening. The beta opened at 9:30 a.m. Tuesday morning, and so August 31st is a Tuesday. So I'm somewhat expecting it might open up at 9:30 a.m. Tuesday. I will be on. I'll take a vacation. I'm going to be streaming it. We're going to launch party it. We're going to get together, and we're going to hang out, and we're going to get ready for this, and we're going to launch into it, and we're going to have a blast playing the game that we've already started playing, so we know all the quest lines, and maybe we won't listen to all of the voice acting.
I might have to go to work that day, but we'll see.
Well, it's called vacation time, you know. I have to go to work too, but you know.
Yeah,
Following
but
that,
anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
following that, assuming we still do this, Diablo 2 Resurrected is coming out on September 23rd. I have to do that too, and then coming out in November will be Final Fantasy 14 Endwalkers. We'll be launching that one out too. I have temporarily not been playing Final Fantasy 14 because of New World. Once New World goes down again, August 2nd, I will then come back to Final Fantasy 14 to finish up my quest. I want to get through all of Shadowbringers. Get ready for the content coming out, so I have some time there. So there you go. That is what we plan to do for you guys, to show you our content, show you our joy of playing MMOs and sharing with all you all. So that's what we're going to do. So be there. Now, mind you, of course, is this Tuesday? Why are we on a Tuesday? Because Solomon just can't get his acting gear.
It's my fault, guys. It's all on me.
No, he's all good.
I said, you know what? Mondays Mondays are against my religion, and so we have to do it on Tuesday.
Well, I canceled yesterday because I was doing D&D. So you guys would have done Monday, but I canceled Monday because doing
Dad,
D&D,
I was trying to cover for you. You didn't have to say that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, well, I'll be honest. Okay, so all right.
Wait, hang on.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about Lost Ark?
I haven't played it. I mean,
December 31st. That's when it comes out.
oh yeah, I gotta see more of it. I guess I want to try it.
Okay.
I thought it was fun.
I pre-ordered the most expensive package. Not going to mention how much it costs. So if you guys want to play with me, you guys are more than welcome to.
Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that.
I'll be there.
That's the same December, you're saying?
Yeah, December 31st.
So Lost Ark. What? December 31st?
Yeah, this year.
That's a fake day. That's a fake day.
No. It was November 31st, but then like 6 hours after that, they're like, "Oh, actually, we made a mistake. This is December 31st." It's the one Amazon is publishing.
Man, you got the
right,
you got the top.
Yeah. You don't have to mention the price. You don't have to mention the price.
Dude, that was wow. Good for you.
Well, I'm just saying, all that overtime.
Gamer is right. Even better, the Devil game with reference to resurrection. Won't that be awesome to explain to our king in the age to come? Yeah.
You're fighting against.
That's right. We're destroying the
devil
devil,
in the
okay? We're
game.
fighting against the devil, okay? We are devil slayers, okay? So
Oh, that's our guild
the
name.
resurrection is because the game came back. Okay, that's all. It's nothing to do with the actual game. So all right. Anyway, so join us. We're going to do Lost Ark 2, apparently. So there we go. We want to do these things for you guys because, well, first off, we're gamers, we're streamers, and we also want to share the content with you guys. So do that. So glad you were here. Our quests are done. The dungeons are cleared, and the loot has been distributed. And all of our crafting orders have been completed. It's time to go AFK.